One day, a man came up with a plan. That plan grew, it expanded, became more nuanced. That plan would include making a channel. And that channel will be about math, be about math attitudes, be about ideas concerning math. It would be part of a larger process to literally change the world. Welcome to Math Time with Professor Prime. And I am your host, as always, Professor Prime.
Thanks, me. So, 100 episodes. Yeah. 100 episodes. I hit the blind. I'm also getting distracted by my lightsaber. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about like the history. I'm going to put this away because it is going to distract me for a bit, but I might pull it out later. So, with this channel, right? Like actually had ideas for a channel, a math channel for quite some time, but it never really came to fruition. And when I thought about it, it was very different from what this ended up being. When I thought about it before, I think what it may have been like after college, like a few years after college, I started thinking about like doing concepts and explanations, but I haven't exactly been in a rush to do that because one, my life was crazy, and two, there's also a lot of good videos out there that really get the point across. No need for me to reinvent the wheel, and I'm not saying that I don't have something unique to bring to the table. I do. However, I want to also bring some new things to the table. And that was a big part of this channel because in the beginning I wanted to do both of those things, but I wanted to start with something a little different. And timing is everything because that particular year that I started really wanting to do this channel, like even more, was like a year that was particularly crazy for me. But it was a year where I got a little bit more out there with my ideas. Like I went to a conference to present something on like math and writing because I had a lot of ideas on that, and so that was fun. That was well received. I had some good things to say, and then I kept on hearing from people like, "Oh my God, you should do a channel," and different people had different ideas for that, and audience wise, but I was with a friend, and another friend had brought that idea up, and it was just good to have that experience. So I feel like us three coming together kind of made me think about that more. Um, and it took a few months, but then I really got out there. And so anyway, because I don't want this to be too long, I got out there and I made a channel, and I started with math and writing because I'm like, let me do something a little different, right? And then I started thinking about like the bigger pictures because I had done like a lot of different presentations before on like subjects like math anxiety, how to become a better math student. And so I'm like, that stuff needs to have videos for that too. And so the channel started with that stuff. And then I'm like, okay, well, I might want to still do concepts and explanations and stuff like that. And that was on my mind for a long time until like pretty recently. Because over time, I started expanding. And as I made this channel and I did these 100 videos, a lot of crazy stuff happened with that. And I was pretty proud. So as I got on, it's like, well, I don't necessarily need to do those videos and no one's forcing me to. So I'm just going to do the things that I want to do and the things that I feel like will be interesting to people and help them to connect. So I, of course, like I said, I had my math and writing video, and that's like the first videos that I put up. So I had that series. I had the math anxiety. I had the how to be a better math student. And as I've gone on, I had some like videos about me and my stumbling block with math. I have videos of me and like why I like math, why it's important, how it connects to this, how it connects to that. I have a dance. I have different raps, and yeah, so I have like a bunch of different series. And recently, I developed some new series that I feel like people will gel with, and I've gotten some pretty positive reception with. And one of them is Math in the World, which I have fun with because, like, again, math is everywhere. I feel like we're all natural mathematicians, and when we think about math in an academic sense, what we're really doing is taking what we want to say and we're trying to define that a little better. You know, and there's a lot more to it than that. But my whole thing is like, whether you're doing math on a page or not, you're doing math. And when we think about math in an academic sense, it's just us being able to talk about things better. Yeah. So, and with that series, I talk about math in gaming. I talk about math in rap. I talk about math in videos. I even talk about some franchises. Like I talked about math in Pokemon. I talked about math in Dragon Ball. And so the idea is like with that series, I'm talking about different fields, different mediums, different franchises, you name it. Math is everywhere. So I have fun with that. And I also have like some like history series. Like one of them I haven't really started on yet, which is on math events. But when I do, the first one will be on math duels because those were a thing. And I used to challenge people to math duels because I decided to bring it back. But like more on that in the other video. So yeah, jump to the other math history series. Oh, and Phenomenal Figures. I started with Katherine Johnson, and I've been going from there. Just talking about people that I think are pretty cool, or you know, they happen to do something amazing in math. They changed the game, so I talk about them in like a chill way, but you know, being respectful when it calls for it, but just talking about like the crazy amount of things that they've done in their lives and like, you know, what they've done in math as well. So that's been pretty fun. And again, people have been receptive to that. So those are two ongoing series, and I have some ideas for other things down the line. Oh, I have the Power of Math series as well. And I have some other things planned too. I'm saying too much, I think. So that's what I've been doing so far. With the future, like I said, I have some ongoing series and I have some new videos planned, and how it all like ties together in the grand scheme of things. My larger plan is, so I've been doing a lot of stuff for me this year. I've been getting myself out there more, and my whole thing is I want people to see the wonder in math. I want people to see the practicality of it, and I also want people to not get got. I want them to think more critically and understand that when you're learning math, it's really a holistic approach that you have to take to get like the full benefit from it. And to that end, I want to do my part to help with that. So yes, I have my channel where I talk about attitudes. I do things when I'm feeling inspired and creative. I talk about how math relates to the world. I do a number of things on there. And then for my site, which I will link in the description, is also part of the YouTube page. Like you can click on that when you see it if you didn't already. But the idea is like with that site, of course I have a link to this channel, but I also have a blog. I have online math resources, I have study resources, and I have some content like that's exclusively brought to you from Professor Prime. And I just see that expanding over time. And my whole thing is, yes, we have a lot of resources out here on math, and I don't think a lot of people know about them. And then for a lot of people who might think that we do, they might not know where to look. So I've accrued a lot of resources over the years, and my site also serves as a hub for that, or for them. And then there's my book that I have coming down the line, hopefully in this next year. I've outlined everything, and I have a lot of notes that I've done already that I'm refining and compiling, and some new ones that I'm making. So yeah, I have all that, and once I put it together, I have to do some editing and you know, make some design decisions down the line. So that might take a while, and I will try my best not to rush it. But the idea there is, I don't know if I'm going to do multiple books or not, but whether it's a single book or multiple books, I knew that this one had to be on algebra. Algebra is the backbone of all math. And we can call, you know, all the different things in math by different names, and that's fine, that's good. But the idea is that it all comes back to algebra. And if we have a solid understanding of that and why it's used, that changes the game. So while I'm in no rush to make videos explaining the concepts, I do want to do stuff with that, because I feel like, one, I get to flesh out my ideas and I get to put in as much as I want with that book. And the idea is to make that affordable when I'm done with it, and make it accessible. And because it's me doing this and not, you know, worrying about a publishing company or worrying about some school, I could do this the way that I want to do it. So I'm going to be giving like a behind the scenes look of algebra, and kind of taking it from there. And it should get people thinking differently as well as getting them to understand the concepts better. And I tend to speak how I write or write how I speak, however you want to say it. But I think that's useful here because I talk about it in a way that's casual enough to not get bogged down in being pretentious, but at the same time, there's a professional flair in terms of getting that information across still. So I straddle the line in a way that works, playing to my strengths, as it were. So yeah, this video is getting long, so I wanted to end it soon. But yeah, I've done 100 videos. I have a larger plan on about how I want the world to react with math and my role in that. And so I've initiated that plan this year, I feel. There's been a lot of build up to it. I have been considering a lot. Like I have enough content to do at least 100 more videos. And I have a plan that like, it's a years long plan. So look forward to the things that I'm going to do in the future. Look forward to math. So here's to 100 more videos, at least. And know that the future is prime. Professor Prime out.
The future is prime.